And welcome back, everyone, to Crossover Thursday, which is presented by PrizePicks. Go to prizepicks.com/lockedonnfl and use code all lowercase lockedonnfl to win $50 instantly when you play five. Tyler, I know we haven't talked too much about the game that's actually happening on Sunday. So in this essential preseason game between our two beloved teams, what are the three most important keys, maybe not to winning, Tyler, but that just for you to feel better, I guess, after Sunday?
Well, I'll just be upfront and honest. I'd rather talk about the three keys to winning because there's not much that can make me feel better about this season right now. It's essentially impossible. But I think the Titans have to stop the Colts run game. The Titans have been destroyed by mobile quarterbacks all year long. They just cannot handle it, whether it be, Jaden Daniels, whether it be Drake May, whether it be Sam Darnold in the pocket looking like prime Mike Vick. I mean, it doesn't matter what you want to call it. Any quarterback with an ounce of mobility to them has devastated the Titans. They just can't figure it out. So if you don't stop the +1 run game of Anthony Richardson, you're in trouble. And I think on the offensive side of the ball, the Titans just have to be able to run the ball. I mean, I know stop the run the ball, but they're not a good team. You can't count on them to do those things, to go further down the well, to say, hey, you need to be good on the red zone. Hey, you need to worry about this coverage. We're not that far down the line to care about those things right now. So if the Titans don't run the ball and stop the run, they probably have no chance to win whatsoever. I think ultimately special teams, I feel like in these division games, weird things happen. Special teams play a big factor in these games, and the Titans have been god-awful on special teams all year long. We're talking historically bad special teams when you look at EPA and DVOA and all the alphabet things. It is a historically bad special team season. They've improved a little bit as of late, especially in coverage. But if the Titans allow a big-time special teams blunder to impact this game, a big return, a blocked punt, something like that, I don't expect the Titans to get one because they haven't gotten any big plays in special teams all year. But if they allow one to happen, they are in trouble. So run the ball, stop the run, clean on special teams, and the Titans at least have a chance to win a 17-16, game over the Colts.
Oh man, we're talking high school coaches with these teams because that's what they need right now. It's just
some would say Brian Callahan is a high school coach. There are Titans fans out there that would say that. So
we are getting that too for sure over here in Indy. But when it comes to the most important keys for the Colts in this game on offense, develop some kind of layup game. We got to get everybody to the layup line, whether that's completing short passes, whether that's being consistent in the run game, win first and second down for the first time this season. It would be great to see this offense just put together some success rate on offense. Let's get to 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3, because for all of Richardson's flaws, you can't stop him in 3rd and 1 and 3rd and 2 and 3rd and 3. 3rd and 10, though, it's going to be a punt or it's going to be a turnover. That's what's going to happen with this Colts offense. So we got to get something going in the layup game, get something to where we can get to 2nd and 1, 2nd and 2, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2. And that's how you can keep this offense on track and going. We've seen glimpses this season from the Colts, but they have not been able to put together 4 quarters of it. And that's going to lead me over to my second key to victory: 4 quarters of good football for the first time this year. There has not been a single game. Yeah, there has not been a single game this season where the Colts have had 4 good quarters of play. Honestly, there has not been a single game this season where they've had 4 consistent quarters of either end of the spectrum. It's something. Last week against the Denver Broncos, first and second quarter, really good football, up 13-7 at halftime against a potential playoff team. Second half, one of the worst offensive outputs you've ever seen in the history of football. That is just what this Colts team has been. We've seen it multiple times this year, where first half does not lead to success in the second half, first quarter does not lead to success in the second quarter, and stuff like. We've even seen games where against the Patriots, dreadful all the way up until the fourth quarter, come all the way back and get a victory in the fourth quarter. Let's get 4 consistent quarters of football for the first time this year and actually look like a real NFL team for all 4 quarters. And the last one, when it comes to this Colts defense, please squeeze the short passing game in this one. The Colts have had some very volatile defensive performances this season. Really good last week against the Denver Broncos. And when you're going against a quarterback like Mason Rudolph is not a Josh Allen type. He's not going to run around in the backfield. He's not going to throw off platform 30 yards down the field.
Right.
He's not even going to attempt many vertical passes. but he will get this offense moving if he can hit the screen game, if he can hit the quick slants, if he can get that ball out of his hand quickly. So get tight on these receivers, play close, and be competitive on those underneath throws to make life difficult for this Titans offense. So yeah, when it comes to this Colts 3 keys of victory here, 4 consistent quarters, get into manageable third downs on offense, and on defense, take away the short passing game, which Mason Rudolph wants to live in on this game here. But Tyler, before we go, do you want to do a prediction by any chance for this one?
Yeah, I'll predict nothing but sadness for both fan bases for the rest of the season. That's my prediction.
My prediction is the Colts play way too many veterans in this game. They care too much about winning this game, and they end up ultimately winning. I don't know what the score is going to be in this one because, again, the Colts, we don't know if they're going to get 4 good quarters, 3 good,
the Titans need to lose the game. I mean, they need Abdul Carter. So, let's go. I'm all in,
Are both fan bases rooting for their teams to lose, I guess? So the Colts want the final hammer.
But it's too late for the Colts. They're not gonna jump into the top 5 or anything. They're kind of in their range, and I don't know if it's a good range to be in this draft, if I'm honest. But that's obviously conversations for the offseason. But yeah, I think if you let the fans pick, they would both rather lose the game. I think for sure.
I think for the Colts, you almost want to lose it just so it finally shuts out the playoff conversation, because right now they can still look at it optimistically and say, hey, the Colts have 3 games against teams that have combined 6 wins this year, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And the Chargers have 3 tough games coming up, and maybe Herbert's out for all 3 of them. So the
Do you
Colts
want to get drubbed by the Bills?
Yeah.
600-10.
We just lost by 18
wild card
to the
weekend.
Broncos.
Yeah, and then lose having a top 12 pick. You don't want that. You don't want that, Colts fans.
Yeah, and do you want Chris Ballard coming out here and be like, look, we were a playoff team. We deserve to be there. This team is in the
everyone around.
Yeah. But regardless, everybody, this should be a fun one on Sunday between our 2 teams. At least we get to see some of these young guys out there. Colts get to see their young quarterback trying to put one final case out there for him to, get next year and maybe beyond that. You get some other young rookies, Latu still playing and stuff. You guys still have Skoronski and Latham out there, and Tavondre Sweat, who's been a fantastic player.
He's
in a lot
been
of
great
ways this year.
Yeah, and some young linebackers we could get a look at again, which is what really matters now, is the young players moving forward.
Yep. So in this glorified preseason game, there is still some things to watch this weekend, and we'll see who comes victorious. I mean, look, at least we get some bragging rights if we beat you, or you guys get bragging rights. Regardless,
don't want to get swept.
Yeah, there's always some fun there.